name is Xavier Cotter. I'm the convener of Betalbatim Civic and Consumer Forum, and we've been part of the GOACAN initiative for a long time, almost from its inception, I would say. And today, being the World Water Day, we are assembled here at my well in Nagwada, Betalbatim. Now this well was built by me when I was constructing this house. And at that time there were no PWD lines coming this side. So for force I had to use only my well water. And I installed a pump right from the inception. And I'm the only person consuming water, except for sometimes when there is no water in the olden days. These neighbors used to come and take water from me, which I used to just take the pipe and give to them. But now, quite some years now, I think they put tanks and all that, so they are comfortable. Now, after having passed so many years, the Sarpanch, the then Sarpanch, Joseph Afonso, told me, what happened, you don't have a line here? I said, no, I don't have. So he said, I'll put a line. And then after that, whether he put the line or not, I don't know, but he passed away. And I continued, and from that time, it's more than 35 years, I've been using this well water for my personal consumption as well as for watering the plantation around. And that's the only source, my only source of water.
So Xavier, one thing we noticed here when we looked into your well, it's like the level of water is very high. So what is the secret behind it?
I'm so glad you asked me this question, because at the time that I built this well, I had put a condition to the contractor. My sukop tabana maka bend bow dozain. That is, I require at least waist level water at the height of the dry season, just before the monsoon break out. And of course he made a fuss. First he said okay, and then he made a fuss and he said, see, I'm building, I'm ready to do it, but the problem is the walls are collapsing, the samad walls. Now, I had already asked this question to somebody because I knew as you dig the mud, the sides keep collapsing. So he said the secret is keep building up till the point that it is not, so it will go down, and since your base is of concrete and not of wood, it will sink evenly. And another thing is, the time that I built the well, there was, they had stopped, the kumdads were not functioning, and they had stopped building this torrent. Normally water is stored in this torrent to water the fields at the lower level, during the dry season. But this, for now about 5-6 years, our staunch member who could not be here today, Hilary Pata, he took an initiative and he said, we have to build it. And they formed an association and all that, and they started building it. Of course, there was a lot of opposition because there is a time, the olden time frame was the Komdad had said that you have to build it, close the dam by the 30th of September. Because at that time, the southwest monsoon used to withdraw and the northeast monsoon would take over. But you have to catch the last rains of the southwest monsoon in order to fill that up. So the people who planted late and all were grumbling because their fields were going to be flooded if it rained. But anyway, he just went over all the opposition and he did it. Now since he did it, we have not had a problem even in other times. Now there's a lot of water because the field, the bund is being closed. And in fact about 3 years ago they had so much water that they put both motor dinghies and all, and they were moving about here. And of course having these torrent has got a dual and triple benefit. Water for irrigation, water table goes high, and fish can be cultivated.
Okay, so the reason I asked this question is because, as you know, today is World Water Day, 22nd March, April is Earth Day again on 22nd, and then we have Biodiversity Day in month of May. So we would like that the Betalbatim Civic and Consumer Forum make a letter to the Panchayat to establish the village water and sanitation committee at the earliest, so that all these water related issues can be discussed in a planned manner, you know, and whatever, if any finance is required, finance can be allocated. But most important, we want citizens engagement. That means that traditional wisdom of the people has to be documented and supported. So this whole message that you have given about the Tole, I think it's a message not only for Betalbatim but for the whole of, and Salsette, but the whole of Goa. So we want that this movement should spread. So any message that you would like to give on today's day?
We Goa, every day you read on the paper, water shortage here, pipeline burst there, and all these problems. I would say that if we conserve our water table properly and keep it free of pollutants, it's a big ask, but it can be done. Then we don't have to depend on the PWD. We can just dig our own wells and supply ourselves, be self-sufficient in water, which is a very, very important commodity in our lives. And now I was just telling Yilman that there are problems. People put service stations to wash their vehicles, motorcycles and cars. But what they use is to remove the grease and the oil. They pump in a lot of diesel, and that diesel seeps into the ground, because when the panchayat gives them license, I think no panchayat has put a condition that the water, wastewater, should be treated before it is released into the ground. I would want that this condition is.
Very good point. Very good point. I think this is an issue that has not been considered, and definitely we can take it up.
Another point that I want to bring is the swimming pool. Per se, I don't see a problem having a swimming pool if there's a society having 7, 8 bungalows and all sharing a swimming pool. But the problem is, number one problem with our Betalbatim residents, including